I'm Melode Sea. I'm all about scuba. In this second episode of Truk Lagoon, I'm going to go deep inside the Heian Maru. In this episode, you're going to see a torpedo that is fully intact with its propeller. Coming up. The Heian Maru was a passenger ship that was converted to a submarine tender in 1941. It is the largest intact ship in Truk Lagoon. It is 510 feet in length. There's so much to explore in this ship. The Heian Maru's mission was to supply torpedoes, parts, and crew. On February 17th, the ship was attacked by a massive air raid. It was hit by 2 bombs close to its stern. It damaged the propeller and flooded the aft hold. The crew did manage to save the ship at this time by pumping fuel to its bow tanks to correct the trim. At sunset, the ship docked and unloaded some of its crew and some of its cargo to lessen the load of the ship. The next morning, it set out again to try to leave the area, but it was soon hit by 2 more bombs, and a massive fire broke out on the bridge of the ship right next to the hold that was holding all the torpedoes that were left. And so the captain yelled, "Abandon ship!" And the crew, most of it made it to shore. Unfortunately, 18 men went down with the ship. Now the ship lays on its port side at the bottom of the sea, the deepest part being at about 120 foot and the shallowest at about a 40-foot depth. There's a lot to see on this ship, so let's go take a look.
Before the war broke out and the Imperial Japanese Navy converted the use of this ship as an auxiliary submarine tender, it used to be used as a trans-Pacific service between Yokohama and Seattle, and that's why it has both Japanese and English characters. The ship is laying on its port side, and this is the starboard side of the ship. The fish that you see here are called fusiliers. I am now headed towards the stern of the ship. I'm going to enter into the ship through the cargo hatch. Oh, look what I found! These are artillery shells for cannons. This is super cool. This is a long lance torpedo with its propeller still intact. The Type 93 was one of the largest and could be up to 30 feet long, capable of sinking battleships. Check this out. It's another torpedo. This is the head of the torpedo. It's sitting on the bow of the ship. I am now going through a passageway inside of the ship, headed towards the stern of the ship. I am now leaving the passageway and going a little deeper. I'm around 70 feet deep now. The beam below me is a support structure for the walls. The coral that's growing on the side of the wall, I believe, is a type of black coral. The long stringy things that you see coming off of the ship are actually called whip coral. It's a type of coral. This is a big school of the fusilier fish, and they're swimming inside of the Alcyonaceae soft coral. This is the starboard side of the ship. I'm going to keep heading towards the stern. The coral on my left is a type of brain coral. There is so much coral that is growing on this ship. It's absolutely beautiful. This is really cool. These are some of the dining items that were found deep inside of the ship and placed here. Some of them are rice bowls and plates and canisters. Well, this sure does not look like my smartphone. This is one of the old handheld ones. One of the regular stops for the Heian Maru as a passenger cargo vessel was Yokohama, Japan, where it picked up passengers and supplies manufactured in Yokohama. This says Yokohama on it. I believe it's part of a parcel that was delivered to the ship. This is all very hard work. I think I'll stop and take a little bit of a sake break. One thing I do know is if I drink this whole bottle, I'm gonna be smashed. This bright white coral is a type of brain coral. This coral is called plate coral. The blue fish that you see here are damselfish, and the yellow fish are fox-faced rabbitfish. These are supports for the upper pilot house and bridge decks. I am about at the center of the ship now. I am coming up the starboard side of the ship, and the pilot house bridge is on my left. I am headed into one of the cargo holds. Let's see what we can find in here. I'm looking at my dive computer to check my air, my depth, and the NDL for this depth. Oh look, I found an old basket. I wonder what they carried in these. I'm not exactly sure, but it's pretty cool. I'll bet they carried a lot of different items in it. I think I'll head up here. It looks like a cool passageway. It's next to the bridge, which is in the center of the ship. The posts that you just saw are supports for the upper deck. Since the ship is laying sideways, the support would be higher on the right. End of this beam is the edge of the upper deck. I didn't go over the NDL, so all I have to do is a 3-minute safety stop at around 15 feet. The dive was about 50 minutes from what I recall, with the deepest depth of about 100 feet.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And check out my Facebook, my Instagram, and my Twitter account. Until next time, happy diving!